everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of what's this called? What's the show called? Jeff, what's the show called?
The show is called Beyond the Edge of Exile.
Beyond the Edge of Exile. That's right. See, that's why I need a co-host, because sometimes I can't even remember that. I'm just going to adjust my microphone a little, or my camera a little bit here. See, I don't even know the difference between a microphone and a camera today. It has been a very crazy, hard-working day for me up here in the north, so I apologize if I seem a little discombobulated at the beginning of this episode.
Jeff's got to turn his volume up.
Well, it turns out we're going to have to turn Jeff back up. Jeff, turn yourself back up to that beautiful 75% that you know and love. I told him before the... I told him before the... I guess we'll find out in a second.
I doubt if this is better for... Or maybe he's got me going in his bad ear. And his ear is... Weird sound like a car with its windows.
Yeah, remember how I told you when I recorded that I heard a background sound? And you were like, oh no, it's fine, Jay. Yeah, so...
Still can barely hear you, Jeff. Interesting. I got my gain way up there.
All right.
Oh, you know what, Jason? Your gain must be way up too. You may have to look at that. You're probably peaking, which is causing that big hiss.
Well, it sure isn't. It sure isn't on the OBS screen. I'm way down in the green. But I'll try turning my mic down and see if that's better, or if it just makes it too quiet for people to hear. We'll see what they say.
Yep. Is this any better from my end? So let me know, Andrew, if this is better from my end. For me talking. Maybe I just have to talk louder.
It doesn't have to be just Andrew. If anybody wants to let us know.
Sure, yes,
they can
please.
Hear Jeff well, and if they can hear myself well. Okay, apparently you're good now, Jeff. So that's good.
Awesome. And I'll leave it as is. I will stop touching buttons.
See, it's all about the teamwork. The crowd at home watching helps make the experience better for everybody.
Now you're too quiet, Jason.
Now I'm too quiet, so I will turn myself back up to where I had myself. So
we'll have to deal with the windstorm, and that's it.
And I'm actually running through the mic of the camera, so I'm surprised because there's no fan blowing on it or anything. Hey, Duelist Sync JD, it's nice to see you. Welcome once again to another fun live stream right here, Beyond the Edge of Exile. See, I remembered the name that time. It's good.
That's okay. I'd remembered it too before. My pronounced pause had nothing to do with me temporarily forgetting what it was called.
Yeah. It's been a really long day. Been a long week, in fact.
Yeah, it really has.
Lots of cool things going on behind the scenes, some of which we can talk about tonight, some of which we're going to save for next week. But I'm just going to say this right off the bat as a little teaser. Lots of great things are happening for Genesis Battle of Champions, and everybody's going to love what we're going to be announcing over the next few weeks, because things are going really, really well for this game, and I'm very happy to share that. Jeff, why don't you start us off here?
That's not a teaser. That's just saying that things are going good. I mean, it's great, don't get me wrong, but that gives them no information, which is perfect. That's how it should be.
Right.
But it's not so much of a teaser. Sorry, you were asking. You wanted me to start things off?
Yeah. Hey, Damien, how are you? Hope
Damien,
you're doing well. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Oh, Jeff, you're going to be taking track of the names, right? Because we're going to be
let me get started
tonight.
You know what? Then you start with Jason while I start entering names before we forget.
Sure, yeah. So let's cover a couple things that we talked about the last few weeks. First of all you have to do tonight is say a comment of hello or whatever you feel like talking about in the chat tonight, and you're automatically going to be entered to win a prize. This week's prize, Jeff, is another booster pack of Welcome to Jalara, or is it something else?
I think we're going to give a Welcome to Jalara, and we're going to give an Origins booster pack, one of each.
Okay, very cool. So
I think maybe this time I think we'll give them to the same person, so that person will get 2 packs. What do you think of that? All right,
that's good. Somebody's
so it's all for all or nothing, for all the marbles, as it were.
I like it. So that's the first thing I want to mention is you just got a comment in the chat to be entered in to win some prizes tonight. What else is going on? We're going to be revealing. Jeff worked pretty hard and made some pretty cool 3D renderings on the computer of what the packaging is going to look like for the Invasion booster boxes, because they're still physically in the process of getting created, so we don't have any actual photos of them yet. But Jeff's rendered on what the design is going to look like. It's pretty wild what he can do with a computer, so that's exciting. So we're going to take a look at that tonight. We're going to answer any questions people may have. I don't know what else is going on. Oh, we're going to spoil a couple cards tonight. We've got 3 cards that we're going to be spoiling from Invasions, or a few spoilers as well.
Cutting edge cards, as they were, Jason.
Some very
That's
cutting
my
edge
joke for the day.
cards. Yep, that's good.
I've used my one. I'm not allowed to use more.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got some spoilers.
I don't really even know how I'm going to reveal them yet because I haven't done a video or anything to make them. So I haven't really decided how we're going to work them into the video, but they'll pop up sooner or later, just unexpectedly. So.
Hey, it's more important. I totally understand. I get it. Not to worry. Not to worry at all. I see where this is going. In case you guys missed it, something popped over my face there. For anyone who was blinking for a long time.
Glad that you liked the Hungry Hound spoiler. I'm really glad to hear that, Cardboard Cohorts. That's awesome. It was our pleasure to send that your way.
I'm
We'll
sorry
have
it
some
wasn't a
wolves
wolf.
in the future.
Yeah, it was the closest we could get.
For sure.
We will. We will. Actually, you might want to check out. There is something else, Jason, that I think just got posted today. Well, actually, before you talk about what got posted today, I want to talk about our website a little bit because if you go there, you're going to see the spoilers from last week. You're going to see our full card set list for the starter decks. So you'll see everything there that you're getting in a starter deck. And there was actually a question about the starter decks that was kind of floating around. I heard from some people. And it was about the subconscious cards in it, because there's a couple that have subconscious cards that are not generated in the deck. And literally the reason for that is to get the full 55 cards in a deck. Because as a consumer, there's nothing worse than not getting the same cards in the deck of what you like versus cards from, if it's a deck you don't like, but it's that quality type thing where we wanted everyone to get 55 cards. If you like that style of play, that kind of a deck, those subconscious cards will work in whatever deck you build beyond the starter deck. There are generators in that color.
A couple of the starter decks wound up having subconscious tokens that don't get generated in the decks. Is that what you're saying?
They don't get generated. They were to fill those slots so that we got the 55 cards in there, because we didn't want to fill them with ad cards. There's nothing more disappointing than opening just an ad card, and I didn't really want to get 5 ad cards in a row, or we didn't want to get 5 ad cards in a row. So there's a couple in there, first of all, to show off the beautiful artwork that's on those cards, and 2, they are going to be usable on a go-forward basis on anything that's in that color. Those are all subconscious cards that are part of the invasion set, so they'll be usable in your invasions decks you build and whatnot.
So I'm assuming that the subconscious cards match the color of the deck then, right?
Yep. And that's why we did it that way. For a little while we were thinking about possibly just doing random ones, but nope. If you're buying an Axon deck, you want Axon usable subconscious cards, and that's the way to do it, because you're buying into that whole ethos, if you want to call it that. There's something else that was posted to the website probably moments ago, Jason. Do you want to talk about that one? I think Andrew might like to hear this.
Within the last 2 hours, I managed to update the website with the second chapter of the new lore for Genesis Battle of Champions. The second chapter ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger sort of thing, because I wanted a small chapter to lead into where we're going to have some fun reveals when the third chapter of the lore comes up. So I think we've done a good job setting the table, so to speak, with this first 2 chapters to kind of get to a point where we can delve into a little bit of the lore. The lore in the next chapter, chapter 3, is going to be talking a little bit about some exciting changes that are going to be happening in-game, in the game world, which are kind of a reflection of real-life changes, of how there are new stewards guiding the game and whatnot. And we've already talked about the fact that the next set after Invasion is going to be probably called Metamorphosis, and the whole idea of that set is that it's going to be showing a lot of the changes from the old lore and the old world to the new one, and we're just starting to touch on that a little bit in the existing lore on the website, which is great. So the next few chapters are going to be a lead-in going from Invasion to Metamorphosis, and we're going to have some cool tie-ins between the upcoming set and the story that we talk about it behind the scenes. So I'm very excited. I love our little version of the lore. I'm happy with it. I get to do a lot of the creative writing, and then Jeff does a lot of editing, and it's a team.
And then Jason corrects my mistakes, and we're good to go.
and it's a team effort, and I'm really enjoying it. It's actually the first time I've ever collaborated with somebody on a writing on a story. So it's
honestly, me too. Actually, I've never done collaborative storytelling, other than trying some Dungeons and Dragons stuff that didn't go so well. So this is like actual writing, and if you haven't read it yet, it is bite-sized samples. Like, this isn't like hundreds of pages of lore that you're getting into. So now is the time to start, read into it. It's a really good kickoff point for it. I'm a huge audiobook guy, not a huge page reader guy. I would read this because it's just in that right size of I can read this and then move on to the rest of my day sort of thing. I think it's just right. News bite size or something like that, if you want to call it that. I think it's just the right size.
Yeah,
to digest.
I'm not trying to take up a person's whole day reading a story that prattles on and on and on. I'm the kind of stories that I like to read are ones where you get the flavor and you get the gist of it, but you don't feel like you're getting a lot of extraneous info that you don't need. I don't delve forever into, this is Tommy, son of Born, son of Thorn, son of Aragorn, son of I don't delve into useless information you don't want. So it's just a meat and potatoes kind of story, but I really am enjoying working with it. So it's a lot of fun.
Yep. And Andrew means lore. I see his autocorrect. They were saying Lord a lot. And yes, Andrew, the way you released that spoiler was phenomenal. Very, very happy the way you did that. I've actually been really ecstatic with the way our spoilers have gone this season. We had one from Imperial Pulls. We had one from Shockwave, who did a wonderful job, I thought. We had Andrew released one that did a great job. There's a couple more in the pipeline. I don't know when they're planning to release them. I told them to give me some notice. And once those come out, I think that's it, right? We had 3.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what we've done so far.
And there's been some other great content in general by people recently too. Madtown Hobbies has done some good videos.
Yep.
Didn't I hear that? I haven't seen it yet, but didn't Ben Trading Cards just do another Genesis related video too? I haven't even had a chance to
Ben
watch
Trading
it
Cards
yet,
is back. So. No, me either. So it could be terrible. I hope it's not terrible about us, but Ben's usually pretty reasonable, and he just got back from vacation, so it's a short little clip there. I'll be checking that out after our live today to see what Ben has to say.
Nice.
There's been quite a bit of hubbub starting up again, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I've been really enthused by that. I've been very enthused to see the reactions from the community and how many people are taking time and putting effort into talking about it and promoting it and sharing their thoughts on it. And it really it gets me really happy and excited to see that going on.
Hello,
hey,
Mr. Alex.
Alex 21 Alex. Welcome back to another live stream. As I talk over Jeff because I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah, I was typing up your name, so you're part of the list now. We've got 5 people in the list, so the odds are pretty darn good that you're going to get a pack of Jalara and a pack of Welcome to Jalara and a pack of Origins. Kind of the bookends, if you're not including Alpha and Beta, which are Alpha and Beta. If you're thinking about the old guard, that's kind of the bookends of the old guard.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
of course, Cardboard Flesh and Blood, you're on the list. I saw you right at the beginning there.
Blood. Nice.
Yep. But this time you have to come pick it up. We won't ship it to you this time. No, I'm kidding. Of course we'll ship it to you.
Actually, if you win, it's even better because I haven't shipped you your first pack yet. I'm going to be shipping them out tomorrow. So if you win tonight, then it saves me postage. So make life easy on me. And you win again tonight, and then I'll just put it all in one envelope.
Sounds good. I'm up for that. I'm sure Cardboard Flesh and Blood wouldn't mind that either.
He just needs to have
yep,
good
he said,
when the
sounds
wheel
good.
Spins.
Yep.
So we got the video to show tonight of what the packaging looks like, and a big shout out to Jeff in particular because Jeff basically from start to finish designed the booster packs and the booster box. I don't know how you say it, the imagery on it with minimal feedback from anybody else. He didn't need it. He just had a vision and went with it, and I really love it. I think our products are going to look great on the shelf. I'm excited to share that. So that'll be fun to share tonight because yes, it is all about Jeff. This is the Jeffrey Appreciation Show. My name's Jason. I'm the head of the Jeffrey Appreciation Society.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I had one big note.
These headphones only get so big, eh?
I just had one note.
What was your one note for Jeff?
The colors.
Oh, because you didn't like them. Were they not vibrant at first?
No, that was poop.
Oh. She didn't like the earth tone colors, we'll say, that Jeff started with, but we've got
some
really good...
the original, yeah. Yep. So we did get that, and really, that's kind of what the last, what are we at? We're episode 14, right? So we probably started about 10 weeks ago, really starting to delve into all this stuff of the design part. So within 10 weeks, we've kind of got a pretty good feel for each other's preferences and things like that when it comes to the design work, and I would say 9 out of 10 times I'll send something over and it'll be the most minor of tweaks of something because I
agree.
In the back of my head, I know this is what Jason likes, this is what Janice likes, this is what I like, and we mash it all together and make it work really, really well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely agree with that. It's not a lot of hard work revising things. Same,
yeah,
actually, I was very happy with chapter 2 of the lore. It was very similar. Jeff didn't really
it was. Yeah.
insist on changing a lot. It was very cool that
Yep,
we're of the same mind on these things, and it makes it really
yep,
fun to work with people on the team that have a similar vision. So
yep.
it's been really fun, enjoyable.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
no
so
argument about where commas are going and
yeah,
stuff like
for
that.
cardboard cohorts, I guess you didn't hear right at the beginning, but yeah, we're going to be looking at the
Yeah,
booster box
yeah.
artwork tonight. 3D renderings of it. We don't physically have any printed in the real world yet, but Jeff's really cool with the 3D renderings and stuff he can do on a computer. He can do some awesome stuff. And then I added a little bit of my flair to the video to and that was it. So just like when we do with the stories, just in reverse. Jeff did all the hard work. I added a little flair in this case for the video. So.
It actually, that's hilarious because that's literally what it is. Jason writes the story. I make it a little flashy, and for this, I do the artwork, and Jason makes it flashy. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a nice exchange of talents there. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect,
it's
actually.
been really fun. So it's cool. And
Yep.
cardboard cohorts. I'm gonna just in case you didn't hear it earlier. We're gonna have a major announcement next week during our live stream, and you in particular are gonna want to be watching. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But it's a major announcement, like a really big
Hmm.
one, and you're
Yep.
gonna want to be watching cardboard cohorts because next week you're gonna be a very happy person when we make our announcement. But that's all I'm gonna say about that for now. You gotta wait a whole week to find out.
Sucker. No, I'm kidding. uh,
Even our
and
design team
Andrew's got
doesn't
the
know.
nope. Nope, no one knows anything. Andrew's got a pretty
Yeah.
busy life, so I'm sure that week's gonna fly by.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. I'm excited.
Well, speaking of that video, do we want to roll that now? We're getting close to 10
Yeah.
people. We're at 9 right
Yeah.
now. That's usually about when we start getting things rolling. We're how far into the stream right now? We are. Where's my timer check here? Oh, why is it on my screen? How long have we been doing this for? Why isn't it showing up?
Well, we're at 7:18, so
Yep.
5 minutes
So
of
it's been
lead
almost
in.
20 minutes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah. It's
let's.
been close to 20 minutes.
It's not a super long video to be honest, because we show off the
Yeah.
booster packs and we show off
Yeah.
the booster box and then a playmat in it. So I think it's a little over a minute long, but I
Let's do
think
it.
you'll
We can
really
show it
like it.
multiple times.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
do it multiple times.
All right, so here we go. We're going to take a look and give you guys a preview of what these things are going to look like when you see them on your retail store shelves. So we'll be right back after these video clips. And we're back. So yeah, that's what the stuff's going to look like on the shelves, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm very proud of what Jeff did. Jeff did some really good work.
You know, I don't want to. I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but it's nice when I see it put together in a video like that. It looks much better than when I'm just rendering them out on the screen and going, well, here's something. I like when you put it together like that. It brings something more to it, and it was nice to see. I think it's really nice actually. I think they're really good. The printing should, from what we've seen so far, be quite vibrant and stand out a lot, and it's really going to
Yeah.
help it pop on the store shelves. I
Yeah.
think it will for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've had such a long day today, but such an
Mm.
exciting day. I worked on those video clips. I worked on some other stuff for Genesis. I was in a meeting for an hour long, a Genesis related meeting, which was really fun. It's been a great day. So, but I'm kind of in the crash now after. Like I drank a lot of coffee today to get me through the day. There was a lot of caffeine consumed today. So. I can feel myself wearing out a bit. But will BoE be hosting any events when Invasion releases? Invasion's going to be a set where there's not really a lot of organized play going on per se. To be honest with you, our goal is for next summer to have official organized play going. Now, with that being said, we are doing, in my opinion, a great job of getting existing promo packs from the old company out to any stores that are buying new product. So we're going to be sending packs so that people can get rewarded for going out and playing at their local game stores every week, and we're going to keep up with that kind of stuff. And we're still kind of hoping, I can't guarantee it, but we're kind of hoping that maybe we could look at trying to put together a world championship at the end of 2024, but that'll depend on things outside of our control right now. So we can't guarantee that. But I would say after Metamorphosis, whenever the set that comes out after that, whatever it's going to be called, I think that's where you're going to see official organized play begin. When timeline-wise, I think that falls around September of 2024, because
Metamorphosis would be April.
What? Metamorphosis is April, and then what's 6 months
Post
after April?
Oh, post
Metamorphosis, the one after.
Yeah, that should be the fall.
So around October, September, October, somewhere in there. Whenever that next set comes out, that's when you're going to see organized play begin. Which is why we actually might not even do a world championship to the year after, because that'll give us a whole year of organized play if we start at October in 24 to build up and get standings and everything for an official world championship in late 2025. So
I know that was one of the issues that some people raised with the last championship, was there were a few stores that were kind of added last minute, so they were like last minute qualifiers, which made some of the stalwart players a little bit unhappy that newer players were getting in. I think it's great, the more the merrier, but I can see that being kind of a rush thing of, okay, we're going to have these store championships, and then within a month it's going to be a grand championship. It's a little bit dicey. That's a little bit tight. Those are tight things to work with. I think it's going to have to be possibly the year after. Maybe there's a smaller event or something. We'll see what timing allows and what we're able to do. But our goal is to get that organized play out first and foremost, and get that settled and confident and in everyone's hands, and every store's hands, and ready to go. There's a couple more questions here, Jason. Yeah. One is Edge of Exile still going to allow the winner of the championship to work with the team to help design a new champion? I don't think we have an answer for that, really, because there's nothing we don't have any championships planned or anything like that, right? So I don't think there's anything.
It would be pretty premature to make promises about what the winner's going to get when we're not really looking to even establish a hard date for an event yet. That's something we'll talk about later in the future, I would imagine.
Yep. Yeah. Once we have, we don't want to speculate too much on things that we don't have answers on right now. So I think, you're right. We'll talk about that later when we know. I can answer.
Welcome to the stream.
Okay, let me add him in quickly here, and then I will.
The list of potential winners. Get him entered
for
a chance to win prizes.
Answer Andrew, because I have an answer for Andrew there. So Andrew, it's not just color blindness, because when I first saw it, I thought it was like lizard flesh scales as well. The original design for the for that rocky kind of look. It is supposed to be rocks, though. It is supposed to be stones. But as everyone who understands and knows art is oftentimes interpreted very, very strongly. So whatever your best intentions were aren't always the case. So it was intended to be stones and rocks, and a lot of people are interpreting it as scales or lizard flesh or things like that. And it's what you see in it, really, which sounds kind of maybe a little bit hippie, but that's true. That's exactly what it is. And because like I said, I saw lizard's flesh in it as well. So, but it turns out it's rocks. Who else? Did I miss anyone here? Let me see. On my list right now, I have Cardboard Cohorts, Duelist, Damien, Cardboard Fab, Mr. Alex, and Jason Greenberg. That's all the people that have spoken up in chat, I believe, correct? If you're in the chat and you haven't spoken, please speak now. And if you have spoken and I missed your name, yes, or that. And if you have spoken, I missed it. There we are, Samuel.
I know that guy. Hey, Sammy.
I do not know Samuel.
Yes, you do.
Sure you do. It's our kid.
Oh, Samuel? I never heard him called Samuel.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
He's all.
Does he get added to the list or no?
No.
No, we're not going to add him to the list because he gets generous.
Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Sam. He gets formal now.
Employees are not eligible to win, right? Isn't that how it usually works with things like that? Just like the lottery.
Yep. And just like John, right? John doesn't get to win either. No, John gets to win, doesn't he?
Oh,
what did we say last time?
I think what
did we say John?
Last time,
oh no,
we
said he did.
If John won, we were going to give it to somebody else anyway.
Yep. Andrew's a hippie, so it's all right with him, he said.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, Samuel's all professional now. It's I know a lot of people that went that route. Their names, have to be a little bit more presentable. So that's perfectly fine. I went the other way. I went from Jeffrey to Jeff. I went less formal.
Yeah. More relatable for the common folk,
It's
right,
not
Joe?
like he
Sure.
gets called Samuel ever.
Yeah, we don't call him Samuel.
No,
So,
it's only if he's in trouble.
yeah.
Oh, ooh. There's a middle name in there too, I bet, right? That he really gets called when he's really in trouble. Don't say it on air, but I'm sure there is.
No. There's a middle name. Well, to the full disclosure, Samuel is his middle name. It's not his first name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
If he's
I,
really in
I
trouble, we'll call him by his first name, and then he knows he screwed up.
little
If you get the first, middle, last, you're like, oh God, I've done something wrong.
little side tangent. I was at a soccer field last week, and one of the parents' dogs was barking a little bit excessively. So the owner uh, went right up to the dog, held it by the didn't have a collar, had the chest harness, and looked right at it, and it said, I can't remember the exact name, but it was something like Stephen Ezekiel, whatever the last name was. Stop barking. And we just paused for like everyone just got quiet, and we're like, your dog has a middle name? And he's like, only when we're mad at it, only when it's misbehaving. And I went, I guess dogs can have middle names. I never even thought of that, right? So yep, it had a middle name too, which when it got in
did it
trouble, the
stop
middle name was
barking?
used. It did. Oh yeah, I listened very, very well.
Wow.
Very,
See
very
that?
well.
Like
Yep.
I say,
Wrigley. Sorry, its name was Wrigley.
if it
Wrigley,
use
whatever,
first, middle,
whatever.
last name, you know you're in trouble. So you gotta
Yep,
back
yep.
off. Then even the
This is
dogs
why
know
I don't
that.
tell. This is why I don't tell Jason and Janice my middle name, so they can't ever really get mad at me. It's always kind of like, oh well, they're not really that upset. They didn't use my middle name.
We'll just make up middle names for you that are inappropriate.
Yep. Oh, inappropriate. I should have said. I should have waited till you finished talking before I said yep.
Jeffrey Buttface Pacito, you listen to me.
Have we? There was another thing for the website. Another question we had a while ago was the Q&A type part. Have we updated that yet? I know we were working on it. Did
So
we
full credit
push
to
those
Janice.
answers up there?
Full credit to Janice. She's typed it all
Mm-hmm.
out and emailed it to me, and I should be putting it up on the website tomorrow. And today I was updating the website with the lore,
Yeah.
so the Q&A will be updated tomorrow because the work is done, and I
Awesome.
just have to get it up there myself.
Awesome. Yeah, because I know some people were asking about that. They can you believe? I don't know if you believe this or not, Jason. You're sitting down. Good. Some people don't enjoy sitting through an hour of us blathering on to get the information that they look for answers for. I don't believe it, but apparently people out there exist like that, and they want the summary. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I looked to Janice for confirmation of that, and she says she's just going to keep her mouth shut. So I don't know what that means.
That's good. That's good.
Well, I
Speaking
had
of
to re-watch everything to get all the questions and answers. So,
and I'm sure you enjoyed rewatching every episode that you were here live for.
Oh
right?
yeah, it was fantastic.
Janice has great health coverage. It covers all the psychiatric help she needs after watching those episodes back to back to back. We need a little Surgeon General's warning. We do not recommend watching more than one episode per day, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of blathering on, Andrew has some questions.
Wait,
so
what?
I don't know. It's a bad segue. It didn't even make sense. So with future expansions, are sets going to be more theme-oriented, like possibly Angels and Demons, Vamps and Werewolves, something like that, for example? He always thought the sets never seemed to have a good theme to them. I think Jason might be able to answer this better. I think the specifics, Angels versus Demon, things like that, not at this point, but they are thematic as in what they're going to accomplish, what they're there to do. Jason, do you have a better answer for that at this point? I know you're a little bit more on the dev side than me right now.
I think the short answer for that is the next few sets, probably over the next 1.5 to 2 years, are going to be sets where we establish the world. We're in a stage of, again, metamorphosis, transformation, and we're kind of recreating the world to meet our new vision for where we want to go forward. So we're going to be really doing some quote unquote world building for the next 1.5 years, kind of setting the stage and introducing new characters into the game and new. Not factions, because they'll be the same affiliations, but maybe new parts of these affiliations that you haven't met before. And once we have enough pieces on the table to play with, then I think we'll have the freedom at that point to maybe focus on a tighter focus for some sets, where you might get the themes that you're looking for of, similar to how other games have done, like a vampire theme and a werewolf theme and a angels versus demons and all those kind of things. But I'm hoping that the game's going to continue to be a little bit more story driven, and that we're going to be telling a story with the game. as it makes sense. So I don't necessarily want to cram a theme, a very tight focused theme into a set right now, because we really want to introduce all the characters and tell a bit of story with the game, because I think that would be a lot of fun. But probably about 2 years from now, then I would imagine we'll get to the point where we've laid the groundwork that we wanted to lay, and then once you have all the pieces in place, you could do some really cool things with them from a storytelling perspective, and focus on key factions and key groups and key areas of geography.
Mhm.
So I think we're going to get to where you want, but we got to do a little bit of building first. What did you want to say, Janice?
We're really going. Can you hear me?
Well,
Oh.
yeah.
We're going to be really defining those affiliations and fine-tuning those right now.
And making sure that every affiliation has its own unique flavor to it and play style.
Like that's our primary focus at right now, is to build those affiliations into unique characteristics and flesh all of that out, and different gameplays for each affiliation.
Yeah.
So once we have that in place, I think we could go deeper with the of vampires versus werewolves.
Yeah, things like that. It's just really about building a great foundation right now and building the world out. And then it'll be time to focus on more focused parts of it later. That's our priority right now.
And it makes sense too, right? Because once you've got those affiliations really not locked in, but really leading down the paths that they want to lead down, they will speak to themselves about their thematic access to things, right? Where you fit in, to use Andrew's examples, angels, demons, vampires, werewolves. You'll see where these fit into, then be able to build that set or that world for that moment in time in the world in that set into the existing world. Rather than us right now trying to play catch up and get the world to where it needs to be and doubling up on it. It is the metamorphosis, it is the changing of the world over the next few sets to get everything to where it needs to be in the new storyline.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, totally agree.
Yep. Did you have more spoilers, Jason? I thought there was 3, and I only lost my face. They only got to not see my beautiful face for 1. Is there another one in there somewhere?
I mean, we could totally reveal some more spoilers whenever you want. I was having fun chatting, and I didn't really want to distract people, but we can always sneak up one here and there whenever you need it. So
I just got to notice that the stream cut from some people. Did the stream cut from anyone else? I'm still seeing it go.
I don't know. Was that in the chat? I don't see anything in the chat about that.
No, that's why they were saying the stream cut. That was just from one person. They sent me a private message.
Oh, yeah, okay. Could we maybe get a couple people in the chat just to let us know if they're having any issues?
Someone in the chat.
Last time
pop a little
someone
message there.
Just refresh.
Yeah, I think it was on their end. I just saw that, so I wanted to make sure that no one else is having a problem either. Yeah. I'm monitoring it here, so I don't see a problem. It's still live to me, so I hope it's live to everyone else as well. Although, of course, now everyone's probably stepped away. They're just watching. They can't answer. So now we're nervous that the stream got cut off. I don't believe so, though, because we are still live. I still see it streaming. OBS still says it's going live and all that. And oh, we're good. Jason says we're good, so we're okay there.
Yeah,
Doomblade.
On my end, I don't see any dropped frames, so I think we've been good.
Yep. Oh, it was his service.
Oh, okay.
That's what you get for living in a bunker there, Andrew. You gotta come up and join the real world sometimes, and you'll get better internet service.
Bunker?
No, he doesn't live in a bunker. No, he doesn't. I should stop ribbing Andrew and giving him a hard time. But this is our relationship we have, so we do this with each other. Oh, Andrew will thank me after for it. He'll be like, that was great. Thanks for calling me out. And Andrew's all good with that. Let's see. He did spend most of his life in a bunker. Yep, he did. Yep. Most of his time in the army, not most of his life, but during his time in the army, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. No. So we showed all 3 now, right? We showed all 3 spoilers. We showed the video, which we'll show again because it was a great video. It's short, but it's short and sweet. Yep. Do we have any questions about that video or those spoilers that popped up?
Or anything else?
I know there's anything else related, but just because those came out right now, we just showed them off. Is there any first questions or anything like that popped into people?
Also, is there anything that we haven't spoiled that people are waiting for, or anything people want to know that we haven't talked about? Because we're trying to be very communicative and forthcoming. So if there's something we haven't covered, let us know.
Yeah, yeah, there might be something we missed. I mean, I haven't seen anything come into Hello at Edge of Exile in a while on the
Yeah.
question side of things or on the informational side. So please don't forget if you have questions, get them in there because that's what we see every week. We check it daily, but we'll see it every Monday before the stream and see if there's anything in there we need to answer. It's just
You just
hello at
reminded me of something.
edgeofexile.com.
You just
Yes.
reminded me. So first, I'll put that up on the screen since you make a good
Okay.
point. If anyone wants to get in contact with us, it's hello@edgeofexile.com. You can send us an email, and that goes out to players, to fans, to game store owners,
Hmm.
whoever. If anyone has a question or comment and they want to reach us,
Hmm.
hello@edgeofexile.com. But then, Jeff, when you
Yep.
were talking about that, and you mentioned about how you hadn't seen any questions in the Hello at Edge of Exile, you did remind me though. I have some cool news to share with people.
Okay.
First of all, and again, going back to last week's stream where we had talked about how the open house at Jackson Queen and Elmville went really good, and then since then we've announced that Koros Games in Orangeville is now carrying Genesis as well, and then since then we've been approached by another store, a store in Barrie, Ontario, the Tabletop Forge. They're going to want us to come down and do an open house there pretty soon, from the sound of it. And
Hmm.
also, since then, we got an email from a store out in California whose customers have been asking them to order in some Genesis Battle Champions products. So there's a new to us, new store in California that reached out. So that's really exciting. Um, Kobold's Keep in Reno, Nevada is keeping the game alive as well, which is exciting. And
Hmm.
there's other stores. Again, we were talking last week in the chat. There were several
Yeah.
stores, fans from several stores in the chat last week. So I just wanted to share that we're doing, like, as a community, including you, the viewers at home, we're doing a great job in growing the interest in this game, and I'm really excited about that. It was very cool to get the email from the store in California that we responded to, and there's more store leads as well. So I'm anticipating that sometime in the next couple of weeks we'll have a couple new stores hopefully carrying product that we'll be putting posts on Facebook to announce and welcome to the fold.
Yeah.
And all of that is in a great large part thanks to the viewers that tune into these streams, the really
Hmm.
diehard people who I know are going to their local game stores and talking about Genesis and asking for it. And yeah, I was in a business meeting today. I can't say with who, but it was a big name company, and I was pretty impressed with how excited they were to hear from us, which was not the way I thought that meeting was going to go, because the word is getting out, and like big names in
Hmm.
the game industry are hearing little talks about Genesis, and
Yep.
I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled. Like the word is getting out there, and it's great. So yeah,
Yep.
lots of good news to share there. And again, a lot of that credit goes to the viewers at home that tune in every week and are really passionate about the game, because it's not all us doing it, it's the fans that are out there doing it. So thank you. We really appreciate all the support.
Yeah, definitely we do, definitely. And the best way for us to get into your game store is to talk to your game store about us,
Yeah.
or talk to us about your game store. We've got no problem reaching out as well, right? If there's
Yeah.
someone that you know we should be talking to. If your game store does still have an active Genesis scene, tell them, put them in touch with us. We have some great stuff going right now that Jason will share with them directly when they contact him to help their scene continue and keep growing it and get them ready for Invasion's release.
Yeah.
And for the starter deck releases and all that, we'd love to get in touch with them directly if there's gameplay still going on at that store, which we know it is because we see questions in chats and stuff like that, and people asking us questions directly and stuff like that. Rules people are being asked questions and whatnot. So yeah, definitely keep us informed about what's going on out there in the Genesis world. It's kind of neat how we looked at north of Exile, then we moved 100 kilometers to Orangeville, 100 kilometers to Elmvale, 100 kilometers. I'm grossly estimating the numbers. They're not 100 kilometers, but
No, it's more
50
like
to Elmvale,
25
let's
to
say.
Elmville, yeah, and
Yeah,
then
25 to Elmvale, then like 100 to Orangeville, Barrie,
yeah,
and then California called.
yeah,
That's a little bit of a jump. Like that's nice
yeah.
because it's better than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a much slower propagation, but the
Yeah, we
word's
got
getting out
Newmarket
faster, which
too.
is good.
Newmarket.
Oh yeah, and Newmarket too. I haven't even told Jeff about that.
Oh,
But
no.
a guy who used to live up here in Midland has been moved to Newmarket, and his local game store down there in Newmarket is Enter the Battlefield. And he reached out this week saying that he thinks they're going to be reaching out now to get an open house or something like that going down there. So we very likely could wind up being in Orangeville and Newmarket and Barrie and like we're getting a lot of stores very quickly, which It's really cool. It feels like it's like when you're at the top of a mountain and you start rolling a very small snowball, but then quickly it just like
Yep.
grows and grows, and more people see it and react to it. That's the
Yep.
kind of momentum that we feel like we're getting right now, which is awesome. So things are going really well for getting new stores interested. So, oh, that's good. Jason Greenberg says
That's good, Jason.
new market's a lot closer to him, so that's awesome. So
Closer for me too, so that's good. Because I don't have a local game. Jason is my local game.
We got to get Jeff to get off his duff and get over to Manta Ray Trading, because they're right in your area, aren't they? And they were interested.
Oh yeah, Manta Trading. Yep, I will head over to Manta Trading. Yes,
Yeah,
I gotta get in touch with their head honcho there.
Person, so
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they
I'll
are
make
what? Richmond Hill? Is that where they are? Or
they are
something
Markham.
Like that? Markham.
Markham,
Okay.
I believe. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll make a point of heading over there and just stopping in. And when you're in their door, they can't say no. They have to talk to you.
So yeah,
It's a physical telemarketing.
A lot of growth going on right now, which I'm very, very happy to share with everybody. I'm so excited about that. So.
Oh, that's awesome, Andrew. You have 3 stores in your area. That's great. There's a lot of game stores around me, but they're not game stores I would frequent, let's say. So someone like Manta, I hear, is a very good game store and stuff like that. So I will definitely be heading out there shortly.
Nice.
And getting in touch with them. But yeah, it's nice to have multiple game stores. I know there's some people that don't have any, or they have one, and it's not ideal situation. And it's nice to see there's multiples and to see that they're hopefully not just surviving but thriving after the pandemic and kind of getting their footing again underneath them, which is great. That's really nice.
Yeah. Well, and again, Genesis wants to be the kind of game that helps stores be profitable, right? We're very focused on supporting local game stores, helping them succeed. We want the people that support our game, we want to support them. So any game stores that reach out to us, we'll do our best to support them, promote them, help them get their name out there, and hopefully attract new players for them. But that's the circle of life. You have to work with your partners and promote them to help everybody succeed.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. What's the saying again about tides raise all ships, right? So
yeah,
trying to be part of that tide, but to raise all these ships.
Yeah, exactly. And a big shout out to Tim, who owns Jackson Queen, because he's been a rising tide for us. He was the one who talked the owner of Orangeville's Chorus Games to coming up to learn, and now Chorus Games is carrying us. Tim reached out, or actually, I think it's the other way around. I think Tabletop Forge and Barry reached out to Tim looking for advice because they know Tim and the staff at Jackson Queen. And he, again, told them, he's like, you should really look at this Genesis game, because if you're focused on tabletop games, this is the kind of thing that your market will really enjoy. So yeah, so big shout out to Tim and all the great folk at Jackson Queen for being great supporters of Genesis. We really appreciate it. And yeah, things are looking really great. The future looks really bright right now. And again, when we make our huge announcement next week, and I don't think I can really oversell it, to be honest, it's a big announcement. I think people are going to be thrilled when they hear it. So there's some really great news coming in the near future. So that makes Genesis look even more bright for its future than it did before. I'm very excited to share it. So
yeah, me too. I can't wait.
Yeah,
but we have to wait, unfortunately, for that one.
We're gonna wait a week. It'll make more sense next week when we announce it. So
what we can do though is talk more about the booster boxes and packs and all that coming. Did you want to? It's a short video. Did you want to show it one more time for people that have maybe joined us a little later on?
Yeah,
or maybe missed it.
That'll give people that last minute chance to comment in the chat if they haven't. Because again, if you tuned in late, maybe you didn't hear us say early, we're going to be giving away some booster packs tonight to one lucky viewer. And the only thing you have to do to qualify to win is place a comment in the chat. Say hello, say goodbye, say whatever you want to say. And then if you win tonight, all you have to do is give us your mailing address so that me specifically, can put the prizes in an envelope and get them on their way to you. That's all it's going to take. So in the meantime, I'm going to play that video again, and we'll be back in about a minute, and then we'll get to our closing thoughts for the night.
Perfect.
love it. Jeff, good job on those 3D renderings. That looks really cool. It's pretty
Thank you.
neat.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm really happy with how those packs turned out. Not just in the 3D rendering, but just in general how they're going to look inside the boxes there. I think that's it's a big step up from the one white package, one black, one white. Like it didn't have any uniformity. These I think have that nice uniformity that makes it look like it belongs to the same set. I see Douglas has joined us. He's not on the list. I will add him to the list.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say you got to add Douglas to the list of potential winners tonight. Then for Mr. Alex 21 Alex, is that a real mat? Yes, that is a real mat. In fact, they've already been ordered. So they might even physically exist in the real world. I don't know where they are at the manufacturer's process. But yeah, they're coming. We've got mats, new mats that are coming. I think I saw an email from our printer saying that the cards for the starter decks were going to be cut and packaged in the next day or two. But
it should be cut in the next day or two, packaged as well, I'm assuming, right after that.
Yeah, so they'll be on their way to North America very shortly, which is exciting.
Yes.
Oh, and again, we need them because we're only, what are we now, Jeff? Like 3-4 weeks away? I think it's 4 weeks away from the big retail summit.
Yep.
So
4 weeks
from
away.
now, we're going to be in Montreal demoing Genesis to store owners from all across Canada at the Universal Retail Summit. And that's going to be exciting because any local game store owners who come to our booth for a demo are going to get a pair of those brand new starter decks before they even release on the market that they could take back to the local game stores so that people like you play with them, which is pretty cool. So
Yep. And then get sold on them because of how great they are. We play tested the heck out of them. They should be pretty well balanced. They should give you a good impression of Genesis for any new players.
And I think I'm excited about the fact that the new templating and all that, they're going to look really cool. So it'll be fun.
And some of those reprints are just, people have either wanted them for a while or just in the new template, they just look that much more striking, I think.
I'm actually at my local game store here. I'm going to be ordering a bunch of transparent sleeves. Because the card backs look really nice, so I know for my Genesis decks, I'm going to actually want transparent sleeves so that I can see the card backs in it, which that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. That's probably the best way to show them right now. Mr. Alex, you were asking the software. I recently, and by recently I mean about the last 6 months, I'm making the transition to Fusion 360, the Autodesk software. I used to use SketchUp. I used to use Blender a little bit, and way back in the day was 3D Studio Max, but I'm trying to move into Fusion 360 as I use it a lot more for practical creation of like 3D printable objects. So just to let you know, that's what I used for that. It's super powerful in the development sphere, not the best for animation, so you kind of have to push it a little bit to get your animations out of it, but it does what we need.
I was happy with what you gave me to work with. I was very happy with that. So
yeah, no, it's a great tool out there. Autodesk is probably the leader in 3D stuff for, I guess professional levels are pretty good too, but even consumer or home use sort of thing, they're really good for that.
Well, Jeff, what do you think? Is it time to give away some prizes?
I think it might be. Do we want to try and switch the screen over? Do you think that's going to work this time, or do I just turn my camera again? Do we want to try to switch over?
Well, that's on your end. If you want to try it, you can try it.
Let's try it.
That's out of my control, so.
Let's see what happens. Let's share screen. Let's choose the correct screen, which is the wheel of names. And let's say, go live with it. And please tell me it went live and it's not my face. Is it my face or did it go live?
You're good.
I'm good. All right. Awesome. Okay. So I have Cardboard Cohorts, Duelist, Damien, Cardboard Fab, Mr. Alex, Jason Greenberg, and Douglas Gray. Did I miss anyone as I start shuffling these names up here? We're going to jump around a bit. I don't think I missed anyone. I'm scrolling back to look, but I don't believe so. I think I caught everyone that wants some cards. John's there. Talk all you want, John. You're not getting added to the list. Okay, we shuffled it up. Names are all randomized. Gonna spin that wheel. You guys ready?
All right, here we go. One lucky winner is winning all the prizes. Who's it gonna be?
We are stopping at. Oh, this one's close. Cardboard Flesh and Blood. You wanted to save on that shipping cost, and you got to save on that shipping cost, Jason.
I was going to say, I made that joke earlier. That's who we were targeting, right?
Yeah, I know.
Some people have all the luck. That's just
Some
funny.
people have all the luck. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. So he's gonna have 3 packs of cards coming his way.
Nice.
That's
Very
really
cool.
good. Really, really good. And let me switch back to my base somehow. If I can stop streaming. There we go. Should be back to me now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Much better.
Much better. Awesome. Well, that's great. I don't know if we really have much more to go over, and we're getting close to that 8 o'clock mark, which is probably long enough for people to hear my voice at least. So there we are. Never mind. The rending blade is up. In case you guys didn't notice, we were talking before about cutting edge cards. It's 3 blade cards we revealed. Jason's going to go through them now,
Yeah.
I guess, right? We have Rending Blade, Blood Blade,
And Doom Blade.
Doom Blade. So those are 3 blades coming in Invasion. You can do a little screen pause there if you want to read them. If not, give us like 24 hours and they'll be up on the website for you to peruse and see what's spoiled up there. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. For those that can't see the live stream, Andrew said it's a solid-looking product, and we think it is as well. We think it's gonna stand out, which is the whole point. We want people to recognize it and see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, John. I don't know why you would recognize those cards. John was part of the team there, or the part of the pitch for those 3 cards. Yeah, development team for those cards. So that's why he knows those cards very, very well, inside and out. Any rules, questions, any problems you have with those cards, you can thank John for that.
Hey.
Well, that's not our company culture, Jeff. We
No,
don't do that
not at all.
in our company.
Full team effort to make them the way they are, and it's a team effort all the way around, no matter what.
Absolutely right.
Win and lose as a team. That's what I've been telling my kids about their sports. It's win and lose as a team. It's not any one person's fault, no matter what happens on that field or pitch or arena or rink.
Yep, for sure. Well, I've enjoyed it. It's been a good night. We got to do some cool stuff. Got once again great engagement in the chat. I see there's 10 people online right now alone. We had a lot of people chatting with us. We gave away some prizes. We revealed some new cool previews of what the products are going to look like. And we teased at a very, very big announcement that's going to be happening next Monday night that Cardboard Cohorts is going to be specifically very excited for. So he needs to not be driving his son's girlfriend out of state to some whatever it was the first time. He needs to be here watching live because he's going to want to hear it live. We're going to be giving some pretty cool news next week. So.
Yep, for sure. Oh, that was awesome. Had a great time with all you out there in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. And by all means, reach out to us anytime this week if you have any questions or just want to talk. And if not, we'll see you next Monday.
Yeah. Oh, and one last little apology. I had trouble with the sound before the live stream started tonight, so I didn't have time to update the credits. Usually I put a pun at the end of the credits. I didn't get a chance because the technical problems went so long. But like Jeff says, it's been a really fun stream. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Jeff, you go ahead. You can have the final words this week.
I can have the final words? Bye.